Hi Divas! Today the enemies have a more annoying team comp rather than a counter team comp for Selena. They have a lot of CC immune being Hanabi and Lapu-Lapu, a lot of sustain with the help of Florin, and Ling who's just hard to catch. Odette isn't a problem if I just sidestep her skills, but if I'm not careful she can easily one-shot me. I always start out by helping our jungler and giving vision in the mid bush, because the mid lane is honestly a very vulnerable lane. After I'm done helping our jungler, I usually continue to give vision on both sides of the middle bushes. After you do this, it's honestly up to you what you want to do. You can either keep going around the map to give vision, or to gain intel on maybe where the enemy jungler is. For example, in this case, Link started with his blue and he's going to red, meaning our XP lane will be in danger, not our gold lane. I hoped that Hanabi would try to kind of contest for the gold crab, but she decided not to. And then the moment I threw my arrow, she probably saw carry and just went back. So it's already off to a bad start. But I do see Florin stepping on my traps, and I can only assume that she's coming here next. Hey Florin, she just wants a shortcut back to the base. So after this, the only person we haven't seen the entire game is Ling. So I'm trying to ping to our XP laner, hey, Ling might be going to your lane. Because as we said, he started from blue to red. And what do you know, he is there. That's why finding out which jungle creep the enemy jungler started from is it will help you knowing what they're gonna do next. However, it's not always guaranteed, but it does give you an idea. I noticed on the minimap that Odette was kind of low, and she was still clearing her minion waves. So I just honestly guessed where she could be next, and what do you know, I do hit it. It also seemed that our jungler wants to kill Florin, so I headed back and sniped her. A very good early game, let's hope we can keep this momentum going. The turtle has spawned, so what I'm gonna do is see if there are any people hiding around the turtle. We're trying to give the enemies as little of a chance of taking the turtle. Here I have to be careful how I use my dashes, because if I get caught by Odette's second skill, I'm dead. So I'm just trying to bait it out, but she went for Kimmy instead, unfortunately. Before going back to base or leaving an area, I always advise you place traps. You never know when they might come in handy. So now here it's actually kind of funny because Odette wasn't trying to dodge my arrow, but she was trying to dodge Kimmy's ultimate, and so we both ended up missing. So I got kind of greedy and I got cornered by Odette, but I don't want her to get a kill, so I'll just walk in the tower and take a few hits, knowing that I can still survive. Well, here I'm very surprised I'm alive. I'm pretty sure Lane just messed up his combo. Maybe he was in a bad area for his ultimate? I don't know. In this situation, our jungler was kind of low and they were trying to zone us out, so I don't think taking the turtle was kind of possible here. So here I was debating what defensive item I should get because their laying in Lapu-Lapu is kind of annoying. And I went for Antique Cuirass instead of Queen's Wings. I just thought it would benefit me a little bit more because their skills are very annoying. After what Lapu-Lapu did, I knew he was going to be a problem. He's literally tower diving us and he's still full HP. Now I understand like most of us were like low HP, but I don't understand what he was trying to do here. At this point, trying to defend the mid tower is basically impossible. I have no reinforcements and there's 4 on the tower. Anyway, at this point, Lapu-Lapu is scaring me and I don't want to get into any unnecessary fights with him. I'm gonna try to clear this wave as fast as possible. Now here I knew that Lapu-Lapu was hiding in that small bush and I don't know how the rest of my team didn't see. He honestly could have jumped them there. Anyway, the moment that Lapu-Lapu uses his ult, we should disengage. There's really no point fighting him when he's really tanky. This sustain when he has his ult is very annoying. We got very lucky to get lured because just a minute ago we were getting zoned out. Good job, guys. Now their team was closing in on the Lord, and at this point we were all scattered around the map. So this Lord is unfortunately useless. Considering that I dashed all the way to my team, I have no idea why he engaged on me. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Lapu-Lapu also couldn't dash, so he was basically dead here. Even with the amount of tankiness and sustain he has, he just couldn't survive that. Now, I'm gonna admit this was a very risky kill, but luckily for some reason I just turned invisible and I survived. So the reason you guys are seeing me at the base right now is because, anyways, on a serious note, it was very bad that I died there because I had a killing streak and that just gave them more gold. So yeah, the Lord responds, we gotta prepare to take it. I'm gonna try to see if I can zone out the enemies as much as I can. It's very bad that we do lose the Lord, but at least we do get a few kills. So this makes their Lord a bit easier to deal with. Now that I'm looking at it, this low from Hanabi really hurt me because I wasn't able to reset my dash with my passive marks. Two of our teammates have died, and any fights beyond this moment is pointless. If we get wiped out, we're screwed. Since there are barely any enemies appearing on the map, I'm just shooting random arrows to hopefully get some vision on them. Now I do see Odette running into the long bush. I tried running to her direction to bait out her second skill. Now she won't have her stun for a little bit. So, although the Lord has spawned, we lost our jungler and our XP lane. So taking the Lord is very risky, and if we get wiped out trying to take it, then it's game over. I really didn't expect to flicker ult from Odette. At this point, both teams have items, and Selena's really good at tower defense. So we just have to play this correctly and we can still defend. Now since we saw Lapu-Lapu, I thought that there might be a few other enemies around. I felt like if I had hit a stun here, maybe things would have been different. I'm very surprised that Odette just walked into a bush and she got slowed by my trap and was very easy to stun her in this scenario. So now it's a 5v4, which gives us an advantage. Even more so because the Lord has spawned. But this Lapu-Lapu is still a problem. We do get the Lord and also 3 kills. Only people defending are Florin and Hanabi. If we kill Hanabi, we can end the game because Florin has no clear potential. Now I think what kind of screwed us up here was that other than the few minions we had at their base, the Lord kind of took a long time to start moving. So bought enough time for the enemies to get up. So ending the game right now was a bit risky. We do have a lot of minions at the enemy base, but they're all about to respawn. And we're all kind of hurt. So it's best to go back at this point. I thought about turning to steal Link's buff, but he was about to respawn and I didn't want to risk dying, so I just ditched it altogether. Right now, I'm trying to throw arrows around to search for the enemies. Now, it was only for a millisecond, but one of my traps actually gave vision on Link flying around. He ended up on this side. He probably thought I was gonna throw my arrow at him. He jumped to another rock, and I predicted that, and I got lucky, and I stunned him. Now, I would have never expected Odette to be hiding in this bush. At this point, the only two people in the game are Hanabi and Florin. My teammates just kill Hanabi, we win the game. This game was honestly very frustrating, but luckily we still managed to win. Thank you, Beyonce.